Welcome back to the channel everyone. So in today's video I'm going to explain you what is variable and what is method. So first of all, see the variables. What is variable? So variable is a container which holds the specified value. Okay, so you want to specify any type of any value, you can store it inside a variable. So first of all, let me show you the syntax of variable. First thing you have to specify is data type. Now data types specify that the variable can hold which type of value. So mainly we have four data types here. Okay, we have integer, float, character and string. We also have other data types like byte and double, but mainly we use these four data types. So first is integer. Integer means this data type can hold real numbers without decimal point. Simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 15. This type of values. Float means float can hold values with the decimal point, which is 11.15, for example 13.45. Okay. Then character. Character hold a single alphabetic character, A or B or Z. Okay. And string. String is nothing but a group of character, collection of character. And the difference between string and character is character must be specified within single quotes and string must be specified within double quotes. So string is a group of character. Okay. So first thing is the data type. You can specify any data type as per your requirement. Second is the variable name. Now you can specify any variable name as per your requirement, but the only limitation is your variable name must be start with alphabetic character, not numerical values not allowed in the starting of variables. You can specify numerical values between or at the last, but at the start you cannot specify the numerical variable. Okay, so your variable name must not start with numerical value, and you cannot use special characters inside your variable name or in your variable name. Okay, equals to value. You can specify the value of type which you have specified here. If you have specified integer here, you have to specify integer value here. Okay, you can specify any values, but the type must be non. Okay, the second thing is initialization. Now initialization of variable is nothing but assigning values to a variable. Assigning values to a variable, it means initialization of variable. Okay, so we have two ways to initialize a variable. The first way is, first of all, this is the example guys. Integer is the type of variable, data type of variable, and a is the name of variable, and n is the integer value which is assigned to it. This is the simplest way you can assign a value to a variable. And the second way is, first you have to declare the variable. Now what is the difference between declaration and initialization? If you simply specify integer a, it means you declare the variable. You do not have, or you do not specify the value. Okay, so this means declaration. And when you specify the value to variable, at that time it is known as initialization. Okay, okay, so that's how the second way works. So you have these two ways. These both are same. This reduces the line of code, and this is the simplest way to assign a value to variable. Okay, and this is the example integer a equals to 10. Okay, this is the data type I have already explained, and more examples. Okay, integer a equals to 10, we already seen, and float b equals to 15.16, which is value with the decimal point. This value contains decimal point. Okay, so we have to specify the data type float here because we want to store decimal point value. And character which holds single character, and string which is the group of character. Now this variable, how this variable is represented in memory, or how memory is assigned, let's see. Okay, so here when we assign value, the memory location is gets assigned to a variable. Okay, when we assign value to variable, a memory location is allocated to that variable, and that memory location is identified by name, which here in this case is the name. So this is the container. As I already told you, variable is a container which holds the specified value. So here it is a container, and this container holds the value 10 because we have assigned here 10. So the container is nothing but a memory location. Okay, so this is the value, this is the container or memory block, and a is the name of variable. So that's how it is represented into memory. Okay, so this is what variable. And second thing is method. Okay, now if you guys already coming from C background, you already know that in C we called function, but in Java the same thing is called as, or same thing is known as method. Now what is method? The formal definition says that method is a group of code which is referred by a name. Okay, now if we want to perform the same task multiple times, you can specify that particular code inside a method and then call that method to perform that task. So method holds the same code but with different data values. For example, if you want to add two values, okay, so the values are different each time, but the task is same. The task is addition. So you can create method for that. The addition method, and it receives the different data values each time. Okay. So the first thing is syntax of variable. So syntax of method. Okay. So the first thing is return type. So in variable, we usually specify the data type. This return type is nothing but data type, but it specifies that a function return which type of value. Okay, so if I specify integer here, the method, sorry, not function, in Java we call method, so method will return integer type of value. So here the new data type is, okay, here we have some new data types, one new data type which is void. Now void means method will not return anything. Okay, if we want to simply display a single message, so we can use void data type, because this method will not return anything. It simply prints the message, simply displays the message on the screen. So we have two types of method. One is without parameter and second is with parameter, guys. Okay, so these are the two types of method. First we have to specify the return type, second the method name. You can specify any method name as per your requirement, and then you have to specify the parameter. If you do not specify any parameter, then it is simply prints a message like this method, and this is the parameterized method. So let me show you with the example, guys. So this is the simple method which is without parameter method. So we specified void here, it means it does not return anything. Then display, we specify the method name display because we want to print hello everyone here. Okay, so this is the method which do not contain any parameter and which do not return anything. The second type is integer. Now it is parameterized method because we have specified two parameters here, integer a, integer b. Okay, so how this parameter works, let me explain. First, integer means it will return the integer value after completing the task. Then add is the name of the method because we want to perform addition of two values. We have to specify data type here of first parameter, and here the variable name, which is dummy variable name. Then here integer, and this is the variable b. Now it returns a plus b, means it receives two values, perform addition of both the values and return the integer value. This integer value is the answer of or addition of two values. Okay, so now remember, guys, the code which we have specified within method will not get executed by default. In order to execute that code, we have to call the method. So how to call a method? To call a method which do not return anything, or we can say the method have written a void, we can simply call it by the name and parenthesis and semicolon. If you write this thing, you can call the method. It simply calls the method and prints the message. But if you want to call the parameterized method, you have to specify the arguments, or you have to specify the values. So in this case, let's take this example, integer 8. We want to perform addition, so we definitely want two values, right? So first we have to specify the integer variable. We have to declare the variable integer and result. Now this result will get the value which is returned by this function. So what we have done here, integer result we specify, result equals to add and 10 and 20. Now these are two values. This 10 will be assigned to this variable a, and this 20 will be assigned to variable b, and then perform the addition of both, and the answer, which is 30, it is returned back to this statement, and the result will get stored in result. Now if you want to print the result, you have to specify system.out.println, and inside that bracket write the result variable, so it will print the result. So that's how the control flow works, guys. Okay, so this is what the variables and methods. In further videos I will explain you what is array and loop and switch statement and if else. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned. Thank you.